Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your October 2025 reading. Welcome if you're new to my channel, and welcome back if you're returning. I'm really glad you're here. We're going to take a deep dive into October to see what messages there are from Spirit for you, and then ask the angels for some advice as well at the end. So I hope you're doing really well. October astrologically is quite a big month. There's a lot going on with some very strong energies. The full moon on the 6th or the 7th of the month is in Aries. And Aries full moon is interesting because it's the I am. So it's all about your identity, who you are, your personal power, and your drive and determination. So that will be a very strong energy. And then we also have Mars moving into Scorpio, and Mars in Scorpio is where it's most comfortable, of course. And what that does is it's this potent opportunity for big transformations. So things that have been blocking you in the past can be this opportune time to really get past them and overcome them. So those strong energies behind us this month, when I'm doing a lot of the readings, I'm seeing these potentials for transformation. So I'm really excited and interesting to see what Spirit wants you to know for your month. So I call upon the Holy Spirit and I call upon my guides and the angels to help with this reading for Capricorn for the month of October, for all the messages that need to reach them for the highest good, transformation, growth, and enlightenment. So can we please have the most powerful and important messages for Capricorn for the month of October? And I think, for most of us, it's been a big year of transformation anyway. And I get a sense that the October transformations are more personal, more intimate. So it's the transformations within ourselves and more positive. So not as chaotic and difficult, which is good. I think we've had a lot of that already. And I think there's probably on a global scale still more to come. But Spirit keeps reminding me to tell everyone to stay in a state of optimism, because our frequency, or your frequency, matters so much at this time. It matters more than you would know because you don't see it. But the more of us that stay in the joyous expectancy that things in this world are going to change for the better, even though they're looking worse, that ultimately the crumbling of the old gives way for the creation of something new, and we stay in that intention and we don't focus on the news and we don't focus on the fear and the fear mongering that's going on, and that we know that we stay in that state of love and doing what we can in our own little world to stay in faith and not fear. It makes all the difference. And so Spirit just wants me to remind you of that for your own mental and physical and spiritual well-being too. But it does help the whole. It affects, we're all connected, so it affects the outcome of all of this, and it does matter and it is important. So starting off, you have the Emperor. So this is you taking control of your life. The Emperor is the energy, fire sign, of being the authority in your life. And this happens on many different levels. I love the Emperor because it's often when it comes out in a reading when you're at the stage where you're no longer just doing things because other people have told you that's how you should do them, or society, or parents, or friends, or partners, and you're making your own decisions for yourself. You make your own rules of what you feel is right, what you feel is just, how you want to live your life, what's important to you. And it's just such a powerful maturity that comes in. So I'm very happy for you. And if you haven't started doing that already, which I think you have, this is just a reminder to do that you're your own autonomy, you're your own emperor of your life. You get to dictate what's right, what's wrong for you, how you want to live, how you want to create your reality, what you believe in, and that's awesome. The Emperor is beautiful because it's a very strong energy, and it's the Aries. There's two ram's heads on his throne, and he has a suit of armor under his clothes. So it's having the strength to know that you can handle anything that comes your way, that you have the power, you have the strength, you have the conviction, and it's the I am, your identity, getting stronger in your identity. So that's an amazing start to your month. I wish I was a Capricorn. This is really good. And we have two more. We have a lot of fire going on so far because you have the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands, again, it's an entrepreneurial spirit. It's stepping into your power with the King. The King is the authority. But with the King also of Wands, the story behind him is that he is a self-made king. He wasn't given everything. He's worked really hard and he's the entrepreneur. So he's tried a lot of things. He sees opportunities. And Spirit wants me to tell you that this month, sit in that energy of seeing the opportunities that are available to you. The amazing thing about entrepreneurs and why they're successful is they don't worry about the failures as much. They look at everything as an opportunity. They're willing to try something because they know that through the process of trying that thing, they will learn and they will grow. And yes, if they fail at it, then they'll learn the next step or something else. So eventually they know those failures lead to their success. And that's what Spirit wants me to really remind you of, that anything that you think is a failure or isn't quite working the way that you want it to work, it's ultimately leading to your success and your empowerment. And stay in that strength of knowing that you can handle anything, you can do anything, you're capable of it. And I think this is how you'll be feeling for the month. These two masculine energies with the Emperor and the King are very, very strong. Absolutely strong. Stepping into your power, feeling confident, feeling sure of yourself, making your own rules. So that's wonderful. The King of Wands is also the King of transformation. So he has turned his challenges and his difficulties into rewards, because the card has the salamander on it, and that's the card that's the animal of rebirth, going through the fire and coming out the other end stronger. And I feel from this that you've gone through a lot, you've learned a lot, and you've achieved a lot, and you're really at this place now where you can sit in that confidence that you're on your path to success. And you've already achieved a lot of it. But this is a very strong start to your reading. And you have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is opening up to unlimited possibilities and potentials. So Spirit wants to remind you to keep your mind open, to be expanded in what you think is possible for you. Keep open-minded. Start thinking of different ways. If you're trying to bring in more money and more financial security or an expansion in your business, start to think of new and different ways of doing things. Because we're in Gemini, in Uranus in Gemini, and that's all about being innovative, thinking outside the box. We're in this fertile time where we can make amazing money easily if we start thinking outside the box. I really feel that keeping up to speed with AI and understanding how to use it and incorporate it and keeping up to date with all this technological change without being overwhelmed by it, but understanding that there's huge potentials and possibilities. And for some of you, this message is saying that there is a lot of possibility and potential there for you. Being open-minded, thinking outside the box of how you can use technology or even AI to make more money, enhance your life, to have a new business venture, to expand what you're already doing. I think that's going to be really successful for you. So far, this reading is a reading of success, actually. Okay. So let's dive a bit deeper. So your masculine energy is going to be very strong this month. So the masculine is the part of you that is driven. You'll feel inspired. You'll feel like taking action. You feel like trying something new and experimenting. So all of these spirits really are confirming that this month is a really good time for that for you. And the King of Wands is saying, don't be afraid of taking a risk. Some of the biggest risk is the greatest rewards. And entrepreneurs are not afraid to take a risk. They'll take pretty big risks. And those risks don't have to be financial. They can be just something that feels risky, putting yourself out there in a new way, or trying something, jumping on YouTube, doing something on social media, or going up to the boss and asking for a raise, or coming up with a new idea with your business. Could be anything at all. But taking a chance on something that's inspiring you this month could pay off, because you have all this potential and power behind you with these strong masculine energies. Spirit, can we please have some more guidance for the Capricorn for the month of October? Oh, now we've got the feminine in. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is about keeping your eye on the prize, focusing on what really matters to you, what's important. Don't allow insecurities, anxieties hold you back. With the Queen, the rabbit in the card is the archetype or the expression of feeling, that nervous energy. But she's keeping serene. She's calming her nervous system. She's just focused on what she wants and what's really important to her. She's not allowing that nervous energy distract her or keep her feeling unsettled. She's just focusing on what's really important, what she wants to manifest, what she wants to create. And that will keep you moving forward and focusing on what you do want, not about how you're feeling or nervousness or insecurities. So the Queen of Pentacles is the reminder of, how you're feeling inside in your frequency, in your energy. Ground your energy, feeling stable, feeling secure before you take action. And you have the Knight of Wands. So let's find out. Because the Knight of Wands is fast-moving action. It's taking risks. And we have the Knight of Wands with the King of Swords. So you might want to feel really inspired to jump straight in. And the reading's definitely about taking risks and stepping out of your comfort zone, but it also is recommending that it balances with the mind. making smart moves, not just any moves. We want to take calculated risks, but the ones that are well thought out. We don't want shiny object syndrome where we're just jumping onto one thing to the other, because that's not going to be successful either. But the King of Swords, he's very logical with what he does. So use your inspiration, feel inspired, but then think things through of what options are there? What can I learn about this? What can I see in the future, the projection? Is this going to be something that's sustainable, that's going to work long term? And using the logic with your passion and balancing the two will be important. Well, important, but also more refined, more successful, because we don't want to waste any of this beautiful energy that you'll be feeling, because you'll be feeling so inspired. You don't want to be just wasting it by doing anything. It has to be something that's thought out. But you're going to have all this energy behind you, and it's fertile with the wands. With all the wands in the tarot, they have the leaves that are growing from the branch, from the wands. And that's the idea that what you're doing and what you're creating now has potential. It has potential to grow and to flourish. And you never know where that's going to end up, especially in 6 months. So Spirit's just reminding you to stay in a state of optimism. Don't get caught in feeling not good enough, thinking that you can't do it, because you're more than capable, Capricorn. This is the energy that we all have to overcome when we start something new. When we branch out or we want to level up in our life, and we can feel really confident in other areas, but when we want to step out and do something bigger and something more bold, then we come up against the 5. The part of us that doesn't feel good enough, that thinks that will be rejected, that undermines, that part of the mind that undermines you and holds you back. So it's a choice when you recognize, okay, I'm up-leveling, I'm expanding, I'm growing, I'm wanting to create something at a higher level. This will come up. I see it. I can choose to let it go, or I can choose to let it be there and do it anyway. The worst thing that can happen is we don't realize it, and then we get into this mindset of, oh yeah, I'm not good enough, and feeling down and feeling that I can't do it, and then it sabotages. So that's the only warning Spirit has for you for the month, just to, not so much of a warning, just an insight to understand. Now, nearly all of the readings I've done so far have the Hierophant, which is so interesting, because the Hierophant is about our spiritual practices and our connection. It's also about the spiritual laws, how things work. So if we do good, good will come back to us. What we sow, we reap. Our intentions matter. What we say matters. But it's also about our rituals, the time that we spend in prayer, connecting to the universe, asking guides for answers, asking Spirit to help us, meditating to calm the mind, listening for our guidance. And it's very interesting that this has come up for so many of us in October. So this is just the reminder, or it's important from Spirit, that we connect, especially during these times that are a bit, a lot difficult, but that we connect and we stay in a high frequency, and we do the practices every day, that we set our intention of the importance of what we create and staying connected. So if you do meditation or prayer, that's a reminder that it will really help. We don't have to do everything on our own, and it helps to clear our energy. And you have the 10 of Pentacles. So whatever you're doing, know that for a lot of you, if this is your reading, that what you're working on and what you're doing really matters. It's your legacy. It doesn't matter how small or big it is. It makes a difference, and it will be successful, and it will be what you want it to be. The 10 of Pentacles is the ultimate. It's our legacy. What we want to create in this world, what's really important. And you might be thinking of that, but this is the guidance from Spirit that you're doing a great job, that you're on the right track. And you're really stepping into your authority this month. Stepping into your authority, stepping into your power, which is beautiful. Okay. And angels, is there a message for Capricorn for the month of October? Do you have a message for them? What guidance do you have for Capricorn for October? You have the card Forgiveness Heals, and it's the heart chakra. And being Libra season, there is a theme around our relationships and heart, finding more harmony and balance in our relationships. So if there's anything that needs to be forgiven, because we've got a lot of masculine energy, now we're coming into the feminine, that inner part of you, your heart. And if there's still relationships that have betrayed you, that have hurt you, that are still affecting you, then you might want to do some heart healing and some forgiveness. And that could be, sometimes we've got to forgive ourselves, sometimes it's the other person, but at the end of the day, it's not to justify what they've done. You still need to put in boundaries, and you still need to decide whether you want that person in your life or not. But the forgiveness is to forgive the past, so that you're not carrying the burdens of that anymore. And so that your heart can be whole, it can be healed, and you can come in feeling, that beautiful space of unconditional love. And so that it doesn't affect your health or your happiness. So the angels are just helping you with any heart healing for this month. Then you have Ruby. Bless your heart. Oh my goodness, lots of heart healing. Bless your heart with Ruby. So if you like rubies, that can be a sign from the angels for you. Reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. So that might be from a friend, a counsellor, anyone that you want to share your thoughts and feelings with. But if you don't have anyone, call in the angels. They have so much power, and they really have an amazing power to help you to heal your heart. So you can call that energy into your heart to ask them to heal it, release it, and bless it, so that you can step into this new beautiful phase of your life with more love, more healing for the month of October. Okay. And what does Capricorn need to release and let go of? You have surrender to trust. Surrender to trust. Trust in the abundance of the universe and the blessings that are waiting for you, because they are. The universe is always wanting to bless you with all of the abundance, with all of the love, all of the things that you want. And you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to stress about it. Release your worries to the universe and trust. Trust in the joyous expectancy of the best, because that is what the universe wants to bless you with this month and for the rest of the year and the years to come. So that is your message for the month of October. I hope that's helped you, Capricorn, through the month. I'm sending you all of my love, light, and blessings. Truly, thank you for any likes, your subscribes, and your comments. I'm a newish channel, and it helps my channel grow and me more than you'd know. So thank you, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.